I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. So I just sat down. I literally just stepped out of the shower and I still feel like I smell. Been eating a lot of garlic and onions, and it's just like coming out of my pores. Tastes so good though. All right. Anyway, aside from me smelling bad, set up the stall amp. I want to do some kind of like simple heavy riff. That's nothing new, but the drums you're hearing are a metronome, basically. Yeah, this is going to be like the underneath thing on the song, so it's not going to be that complicated. Chorus. All right, here I go. What the heck? There's that. I'm debating what I want to do here for overdubs / whatever else I want to do. I did a whole like improvised bridge thing that I don't know if I can recreate without listening a bunch of times. And just by the nature of these things, I usually just kind of play this stuff through without really doing much of that. So let me just see if I can plop this on here. I do this pretty regularly, but this is tuned down via the plugin versus the pitch shifter here. So this tuning is going to be standard. I'm just putting it on this track, but let me see. There is a drop tuning feature in this other plugin I'm using on this track. That's not bad. All right, I'm just going to turn it down because it's just going to be a little sizzle on the right side. I might end up doing a right side all the way through, but if I do the dubs first, I've got a little bit of an outline and an idea what I did on that improvised section, so I think this is where I'm going to go first. All right. Just going to do one section of these, whatever parts I'm doing. I'm just going to copy paste it through and kind of build this. Then I got color coding and a little bit of like an idea where I am in the song. Okay, so now I'm just simply going to grab this blob because this I'm pretty sure I just did the same way. So right here's chorus. Whoa, you idiot. That was a fail and a half. So first part I just did like a low E chug. Just on whatever rhythm I played. And then this was just a random E minor scale run. I don't even know where I went with it, but I'm just not going to do anything over top of it except play bass and drums. Alright, now I got a good visual outline for what the heck's going on in the song, so that's helpful. Now that I've got that, I should make that the main right side thing I show in the multi-window video because it's just so simple and stupid. Because I was tuned down 2 octaves, so I pretty much only wanted to play root notes. I just turned the output down because I don't want it to fight too much. I've got right side information from the original track. I kind of love those freaking ridiculous tones though. It's like hilarious to me how it sounds like a distorted bass is all. So the sound is not bad. I just wanted it a little more fancy. Alright, that's all good. So I'm going to do a guitar solo in the bridge. feel like so light and free because it warmed up considerably. It happens every once in a while. I've had winters where suddenly it's like spring temperatures. That means 2 weeks from now it's going to be so cold it's ridiculous, but it's like all layered up. And now I've only got like one layer on, so I just have like a shirt under this hoodie and that's it. Versus, well, now I got a t-shirt on, like a long sleeve shirt, but they're both like really light. A lot of the previous days I'm wearing like 5 shirts. I like to layer rather than wear a heavy coat. I wear a heavy coat is like the last thing if I'm going to be out for a long time, but... All right, so just in the chorus, I'm going to add... This is going to go out to the sides, which you can just do simply in the plugin by doing that. I'm going to drop the whole thing an octave. So anywhere this chorus happens, I'm just going to turn that thing on. I'll be at the drum kit. I just did the drums and I liked that guitar thing I did. Well, keyboard guitar thing I did. I liked it so much that I just wanted to put it on here too. Simply like, just like that, but man, that sounds good. All I did is go in the house, grab a little bit of water, come back. So yeah, I did put lyrics down on the way. I just talk text them in and it goes pretty quickly that way. I just muted that verse part because it overlaps and it will in fact throw me off. Okay, so here's my dilemma. I feel like I just warmed up more. I'm going to jump to this. This is technically a reverb dump track. I'm just going to swap the input. It should be good. I'm going to mute these two things. I'm going to just see if I can sing through this thing because that, All right, check, good. I'm getting my headphones out and stuff. I got through that whole thing, and I actually think I did it better than the other stuff, so it's a whole take all the way through. Well, right now, looking at it, there is going to be one minor problem. The separation would have made it easier for me. I might have having to cut this anyway. So I like to use a plugin called Humanoid. Let me just delete these. So, like, if I just play the chorus here... I'm going to put it on and just listen to this track, but yeah, so here it is. The thing is, if I select the key for the chorus, it's E major. Technically the verse is C major because it's like E Phrygian, and then it goes to G major, like E natural minor, and then it goes to E major. So this thing, I can select the key, but I can't change it with automation. I can change literally every other thing on it, but you can't change the key. Huh. I might actually have to chop the chorus. Damn it. Some of this chorus is different. I don't need to sit here and listen to the whole thing, but... Alright, well, I might have to cut them. But I usually use Humanoid, and that's where you're going to hear some of those, like, little, like, stereo spread things, and it does, like, harmonies. It's like a vocoder. Since I usually just do, like, one vocal take and call it a day, even if I'm splitting verse and chorus, it's just nice to just throw that on and sound a little more polished. The lyrics I put down are going to be copy pasted to the bottom of the description box. The middle of the description box is going to have where you can find me online, the purchase and stream my music. It's a big paragraph just listing all the places I'm available. And then the top thing is Bible teaching. I always say in the beginning it's Christian rock. This is just me saying, hey, come check this out because it's really good stuff. It's different than everything else I see. Everything else I see is subjective in one way or the other, meaning they're importing usually traditional denominational stuff, but other stuff too, and skews the meanings, throws everything off, so no good. This, in contrast, is objective teaching. What does it actually say? What were the writers intending? Grammar translation from the original languages, just getting right to that meaning. I put it there as a good resource if you're checking out that kind of stuff, so that's why it's there. I will be out tomorrow. I keep writing music. I'm not really out here to like show off or do anything amazing. I'm just making songs. That's it. And I turn on the camera while I'm doing it. That's it for now. I'll be out tomorrow. I'm going to go to the gym before it gets crowded, so post the video later. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.